Hello. Hey, I'm back again with my final installment to discuss my mentor text, Mo Willems. The last book that I'm going to be discussing today is Knuffle Bunny 3. This one is another in the long-running episodes of the Knuffle Bunny series by Mo Willems. This book, very similar to the last, does literally the exact same thing. Tells a story. Within the story, they incorporate real pictures with the illustrations. I really like that concept. Again, I don't think that this book is real deep from a literary standpoint. However, I think this one could definitely be used in the classroom, similar to what I spoke about in the last book. Because it has illustrations and real pictures, I think you could probably motivate kids to want to write a story and use real pictures as well as some of their own drawings and tell a story, allowing them to be creative, allowing them to use some creative writing as well as incorporating pictures in their particular stories. The thing with this book that I think has a little bit more intrinsic value than the Knuffle Bunny 2 is this book is more about a life lesson. It's about growing up. In this story, Trixie, her mom and dad go on a vacation. They get on a plane and they travel to visit Grandma and Grandpa. And a little mishap takes place on the airplane. In all the excitement of traveling, Trixie slips her Knuffle Bunny into the seat back in front of her and gets off the plane and leaves it there. Doesn't realize it until it's too late. And in the book, they show her kind of dreaming about where this bunny is. Once they realize the bunny's lost, they can't find it anywhere, and they come to the conclusion that it's on the plane. Once they realize this, everybody in the family tries to talk her into believing or understanding that maybe you're a little too old for Knuffle Bunny, and she just doesn't want to hear it. That's where I think it might have some value in the classroom. As we start to go through kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, there's certain habits and things that probably kids need to grow out of. And I think this would be a good story to elicit that thought process in a young student's heart and mind, allowing them to realize that there's just certain things that as you get older you have to let go of. Trixie doesn't want to let go of her Knuffle Bunny, and she really fights them tooth and nail, is not going to give up her Knuffle Bunny. But after a week or so on vacation and not having it, I think you see her start to realize that maybe it's not as important as she thought it was. It doesn't play out until she gets back on the plane and they are flying home, and she happens to look into that seat back in front of her, and oh my goodness, there's Knuffle Bunny. Well, all the passengers on the plane are upset because there's a screaming baby on the plane, and it's right behind this family, Trixie and her mom and dad. After a little while, Trixie decides that maybe giving this baby her Knuffle Bunny will allow the baby to maybe settle down, have something to play with, keep the baby occupied. And she finally comes to this very mature decision and leans over the seat behind her and hands her Knuffle Bunny to this little baby. This immediately quells the baby's temper tantrum and crying. Not only is the baby happy, but all the other passengers on the plane are happy. So I think the lesson here is this could be a real valuable book to read to first, second, third graders in the classroom without any assumptions that they have a habit that they need to get rid of, but we know they're there. As we read through the story, I think it might start to get some of those younger kids to realize that some little thing that they're hanging on to from when they were babies and preschoolers, that now they are old enough to let that go. And maybe not just let it go, but in this book, it's more about sharing. Somebody else actually gains from her loss. And I think that would really instill in a child a positive feeling that my loss is somebody else's gain. So again, it's been a lot of fun doing these videos. I will say it's been a bit nerve-wracking as well, because you want to be right, you want to be perfect. I've had many interruptions, but I've been able to obviously stop, delete, and start over again. So thanks again for allowing me to have this time with you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.